Hello, this is Holly with Holly's Joys, and we're here today with another childhood story, and it is called The Brain Infection in the Pheasant. So here we go. It was near Halloween, not long after we'd moved to the country house surrounded by cornfields and a few scattered neighbors. My mom had gone to a costume party with my dad, and she wore a clear plastic mask that covered her whole face. She said she hated the way it felt and claimed it trapped her breath, making her sweat. Shortly after that, she found a tick on the back of her head. She said it was a tick bite, or maybe the cursed mask that caused what happened next. I remember the morning in bits and pieces. She was lying on the couch in the living room, screaming my name. Her voice was sharp and frantic, like a warning siren. "Help me find it," she shrieked. "You have to find it. I can't see. I can't see anything." Find what? I didn't know. I froze for a moment, watching her writhe on the couch, her face twisted in pain or fear or maybe both. Her hair was wild and she clawed at the cushions like she was trying to hold on to something that I couldn't see. The smoke from her cigarette swirled around and circled her like some sort of weird wreath. I ran to the spare room, to the dresser, and pulled open the drawer and dug around, thinking surely I would know it when I saw it, that this is what she wants, no needs. I stirred in each drawer, but nothing seemed to be the thing. My hands shook, my chest felt tight, like I couldn't breathe fast enough or at all. My small legs trembled as I stood there, fear creeping all over me. Still, I couldn't find what she was yelling for. At some point, I hid in the coat closet in the living room. It was small and dark, filled with coats, even some fur coats. The smell of mothballs gave me comfort as I parted the coats to crawl in. They hung low near brushing the floor, which muffled the sound of complete chaos coming from outside the closet. It was safe inside the cave, comfortable, at least temporarily. The next thing I knew, I was in a huge back seat of my dad's car, lying on the floorboard, feeling the hills of the road, the hum of the comforting hum of the engine. I had no understanding of what was happening, only that I had no choice and no one bothered to tell me anything. While Mom was in the hospital, Dad continued to work. I stayed with Mom's sister, my aunt, a stern married to a farmer, stern woman married to a farmer. Their house was cold and big and creaky wooden floors that echoed every time I took a step. I hated the spookiness of the mysterious doors that led to unknown places. After a week, my dad came to pick me up. I overheard him talking to my aunt that Mom had a brain infection, and she had thought she was home the whole time. She could see me playing on the swing set in the backyard. But all should be well. The doctor put her on some heavy psychiatric medication, and that was that. No one told me anything directly, so this begins my quietly observing to glean information. But it's also the beginning of my social awkwardness and not knowing or even understanding how to interact with others. On the ride home, we drove down the long, hilly country road, and he hit a pheasant. It came out of nowhere. Its feathers flashed in the beams of the headlight just before the car struck the bird. I gasped. "The damn thing," Dad muttered. He pulled over, got out of the car, walked around to the front, and I watched him bend down and pick up the majestic bird by its feet. Its wings hung limp and its head dangling freely as he walked it back and plopped it into the trunk. He didn't say much about the poor bird and its fate. As a matter of fact, he wasn't much of a talker. We drove home in silence. Later, the bird ended up on our dinner table. My mom cooked it, though I can't remember if it was good or not. What I do remember is that rich, gamey smell, filling the entire house. It felt strange when we ate the bird. I had seen it in its full feathers, thinking of it flying and darting through the cornfields and doing what birds do. Now it's all plucked and roasted, its flesh just sliding off the bones, and no one says anything about the pheasant. Not even Mom. We just ate it like any other meal. Also, no one said anything about Mom having been gone. That also was like any other moment, and that terrifying week hadn't even happened. So, when someone shares a story, their story with me, I count it a treasure. I listen. I remember and I try to understand. Now, mind you, I will not wallow in it with you, and but I will seek those moments that empower you. This experience was a step on the road of my becoming the person I am today, and that gift to myself and to others. Reflecting on the stories that I have formed around me and allowed those survival tools to be used to be there for others and to empower them as well. And that is my prayer for you too. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.